Welcome back. So we're playing some mono black control in standard here today. It's a deck I've been grinding on my ranked with, and actually it's been pretty successful. So we'll play some games and see how it fares. Kind of walk you through how to play it because there's definitely some metagaming and some understanding of the decks that you're playing that really help with this deck. So quick walkthrough. Uh, we're running the Cauldron Witch's Oven combo. It really is great at just grinding out and sometimes can work as a good distraction. The opponent's going to focus on dealing with the Cauldron or the Witch's Oven, and neither of those is particularly front and center for the deck. Agonizing Remorse has been incredibly powerful. For 2 mana, getting rid of a non-land card and actually exiling it is pretty key. The loss of 1 life is negligible, but being able to remove the card in this format is pretty key. The Dreadhorde Invasion, very strong control card. Every turn you're getting a creature or making your creature bigger. If they're dealing with only spot removal, this is really hard for them to deal with. Heartless Act, it's just some spot removal as well as removing, like there's a lot of counters on creatures, so either of those works really well. Tymaret here, very strong for his ability to remove cards from the graveyard and a good blocker, but the ability for spot removal from graveyards of any type of card is very strong. Yarok, again, some discard, putting them behind early, and it's an exile effect, which is quite strong. Ayara, the ability to draw cards works really well. If you have like a Dreadhorde Invasion and you don't actually need the 1/1, you can sack it during your end step. You get it back. You gain the life back that you lose when it's coming to the battlefield. So pretty strong combination. Gives you some utility. Really good with the Witch's Oven familiar combination. So overall, pretty strong card. And this will come up later, but you can also see really good for your devotion to black. Murderous Rider, very versatile threat. Spot removal for planeswalkers, creatures, as well as giving you a 2/3 lifelinker. Pretty strong. Extinction Event, an exile effect, and basically a board wipe. So it's not always going to completely wipe the board, but usually when you have the option to choose odd or even, you can definitely make sure this is in your favor. And with them all getting exiled, this deals with gods, this deals with indestructible creatures, so pretty strong option. Nightmare Shepherd, this really is what pushes the deck, I would say, over the top. The ability to bring back a creature after it dies, even though it's 1/1, most of these have some pretty strong comes into play effects. So if you're able to sack and bring back a Yarok, you're able to sack and bring back Grey Merchant here. These are really, really strong effects. So this really helps push the deck over the top, and the 4/4 flying for 4 is nothing to scoff at. Grey Merchant, as we get a little later into the game, we're probably having a bit of board presence. This comes down, really gives for a big swing. And then if we have some ability to bring it back, that really pushes it over the top. Massacre Girl, really good removal. If we're getting swarmed out, this just wipes the board more often than not, leaving you with a 4/4 menace. And then for the lands, 24 lands, 2 of the castles, 22 swamp. Pretty straightforward. Not really many issues that you run into other than just making sure you draw them. But with all the other decks trying to maintain 2-3 color mana bases, this is very straightforward. All right, let's get into some games. Okay, so we're playing against a Laris of the Dream Den deck. Looking at this hand, a Witch's Oven, Murderous Rider, a Massacre Girl. I think Massacre Girl will definitely be something that will come out this game, so I'm going to keep this. Now, it's probably going to be key that we are able to get up to the 5 spot. Decks that play this could be some sort of like a Witch's Oven combo deck. Yeah, so this looks like a black-red sacrifice deck, probably. So against a black-red sacrifice deck, I think I like our position. They can be a little faster, but we're able to definitely get, I think, more damage through. Like once we wipe the board with the Massacre Girl, it'll be hard for them to recover from that. So this comes out. This blocks this. It potentially will force a removal spell, but for now, I'll take this as just a solid blocker and force a removal spell. If they do end up removing it with their own removal spell, we can just Murderous Rider it down. Okay, so this is definitely the black-red sacrifice deck. So Priest of the Forgotten Gods, very strong card for them. Kind of an enabler there. Okay, so yeah, they're making sure that if I do something to it, it's definitely coming back. That's moderately annoying, but that's okay. All right. So both of those are on odd. We're on even. I kind of want to just get rid of them and deal with it as removal spell next turn. We'll get at least should get basically a 2-for-1 out of this. So later on, we've got the Massacre Girl if we need to. Yeah, so we'll do this for even. Remove those both from the game. That doesn't allow his creature to trigger there. So this will come back. That's annoying. But you gotta do what you gotta do. If he drops 2 creatures and enables it, that sucks for us. But I think that's a risk we gotta take here. It was pretty aggro to me putting that on, and so I think we might be in an okay position. That the Loris there gives him the ability to bring things back, so removing them was also very solid. Now the problem we may run into is, yeah. So we may end up having to sacrifice something with the Witch's Oven to trigger the Massacre Girl's effect. What are you playing that on? Oh, nice. Oh. So are they going to sack this turn? We may be able to force them into sacking with a Murderous Rider next on our turn. But right now they're setting it up very well for a very profitable Massacre Girl. Yeah, so they're probably tanking if they want to do this. They would tap them down. We lose this, that's fine. We're sitting on 2 more removals that are going to come back as creatures and a 4/4 menace. So I think we're actually in a decent board state here. Okay. I'll get my food out of this. So we lost some life. Let's see if they're able to do anything with that 2 mana there. They gave up their Loris, which is great for us that they don't have it. Okay. So while they're tapped out, we're just going to go and destroy this before they can do anything with it. And we'll just pass the turn over. So I think we'll just go next turn, depending on what we draw. Solid. Bringing things back. Yeah, we're going to have to Murderous Rider this out of the play. Because right now it's just a little too good. Oh, that is. The fact that it also returns them from exile is quite annoying. And they got their own Cauldron Familiar. That's pretty good. Actually, so this might be a good... They've set us up for a pretty nice Massacre Girl turn, being able to wipe their board. So I think we actually will go ahead and do that here. Yes, the Loris comes... Actually, we'll do that next turn. We will get rid of Loris this turn. It'll come back. Whatever. And we'll play out our Murderous Rider. So they have no way right now, depending on, hopefully they don't draw another Witch's Oven, but right now, best case for us, they bring something back like the Priest of the Forgotten Gods, and we're going to wipe the board, destroying Loris a second time. Great. So they have nothing left in their hand. So this will be a very good Massacre Girl. Wow. That is, yeah, of course I play it back from their graveyard. That is super, super annoying. Okay. Oh, this is great. He attacked with Loris, so we're going to block that. We'll trade. It'll come back. But then when we wipe the board, it'll be gone for good this time. I don't think he should have attacked there. I think he can only do it once each turn. I thought this was only each turn. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and I can't do both. Well, that's unfortunate. So we got 6. Let's play the Murderous Rider again. I think what we're kind of waiting for is getting a land out so that we can do both of these in the same turn. God, Kai's Ghost Form is one hell of an annoying card. Especially with the Loris combo. It makes these actually unkillable. Yep. So we'll go ahead and block again. And maybe what we'll be able to do is actually Heartless Act in response to him casting it. I think that's the play here. Yeah, stop that. You're annoying. Okay, so now we just wipe his whole board. Yeah, we took a little damage there. And he's also at 27 life. Which is annoying, but we actually have a solid board state now, and he's got nothing. So we're drawing off the top, and I like my top better than his. Okay. So he's got something in his hand. Let's find out what it is and just get rid of it. Yeah. Great. Don't really want to play Dreadhorde Invasion here. Actually, I can sacrifice it each turn to gain 3 life. I'm crazy enough that I will play it because I think I can start netting some life off of it and speed the game up here. But this is a little risky if he has any way to deal with the Witch's Oven. If he does, we're in trouble. Okay. So let's sack the food to gain some life here. Yep. We'll attack in. And we will end the turn. And then we'll just keep doing this for a while to grow our life total up. A little unconventional, but that's why Witch's Oven is just so flexible. Okay, we'll sack that in response, gain our life. Nice. There we go. So once we stabilized, as I said, Massacre Girl would be the card. We were able to pull that through and get there. All right, and we're back for another game here. So this looks like a pretty solid keep to me. A little light on the mana. But a turn 1 play, turn 2 play, second turn 2 play, some turn 3 options. So we'll keep this. We'll go with the Witch's Oven here. So let's find out what we're playing against here. Okay, so we're playing against like a red aggro deck. This will be a bit of a tough matchup. This is a bit of a tough matchup, but what we're hoping for is getting something like a Massacre Girl or the Extinction Event going, getting some card advantage out of that, and then they shouldn't be able to recover. As you can see, like one Massacre Girl, all these 1/1 will just wipe their board. Even now, they got stonewalled by a they got stonewalled there by a 2/2. So I don't need to kill anything yet. I think what we'll do is we'll start getting a Dreadhorde Invasion out, and that'll just start to getting us some bigger creatures than they're going to be able to handle. No, I don't want to attack. What we are a little worried about is if they start dropping some Cavalcade of Calamities, that's going to make their guys getting us potentially out of reach. If we can start trading some creatures down, though, we'll gain some life back through Tymaret here. And if we need to, we can use Witch's Oven, sacrificing the Dreadhorde Invasions to gain some life, if that's what we need to do. Sure. So he's getting in with one unblockable damage. Can't block that, so we'll take it. Okay, to light up the stage. That makes sense. Oh, Robber of the Rich is very good. Phoenix of the Ash is also a pretty solid card if he's able to get that down next turn, which he should be able to. Okay. So I got options here. I can play a second Dreadhorde Invasion, which I think we might do. If he plays the Phoenix, we can then later remove it if we need to, but this is going to start giving us something that should be able to outpace his creatures and put them at a burn range. I don't think I want to attack just in case he's holding up a shock. This guy is just kind of too useful to me. Don't think it's worth attacking and losing some creatures in the trade here. We're at 17. I'm not too worried right now about my life total. We'll have this. The Stray Merchant will definitely give us a lot of flexibility if we can drop that down. So right now we're sitting at 4. It's going to come out 6. So 6 life swing total. That's going to really help. That, however, is a bit of a problem. So that's why we want to hold up some removal. That's going to be some major damage coming through. Okay. He is completely tapped down. This is going to deal 3 damage instead. So I think I'm actually okay to... I should be okay to block here. And I'm okay to trade 1 for 1. I think that's worthwhile here. I should have sacked that for food. Well, then I wouldn't have got the damage through, but okay. My turn. Oh, we punted. We should have removed those. Let me actually hold on to this and see if he does anything to try and bring these back. Otherwise, we will remove that in response. So let's go next. I don't need to attack yet. We'll see what he drops here. Robber of the Rich. Yep. The defending player has more cards. Okay. So this is before they go into attackers, we will murder Troben here. Okay. Yeah, so we're just going to go and destroy it right now. So he's going to attack in. We can't block it, but that's okay. So we're hoping to get a land here. That would really be what we want so that we can drop the Gray Merchant. Excellent. So let's drop the Gray Merchant here. That's going to really give us some swing. And we'll start swinging in with the zombie army. Next turn, this will have lifelink. So that'll really help. Nice. So you can see just that one turn, we've swung the game pretty significantly in our favor. Robber of the Rich is a really strong card. It's been fortuitous we've been able to keep a lower hand size than him. Ooh, yikes. Okay. Well, he can't, if he can attack, but he can't give anything unblockable, and this gives 2+. So I think we're okay right now. Nice. All right, so we got there. We were able to outmatch him and just take it to the long game where the red deck just couldn't survive. All right, welcome back. So on to another game here. This looks like a pretty solid keep to me. We've got our Oven Familiar combo. We've got an Agonizing Remorse. I think that we will keep this. Okay, this is a Urian Sky Nomad deck. Okay. Those are, yeah, a little annoying, but I think we'll be able to cope. So we're gonna get the Familiar out first. Usually this deck is gonna be a bit slower, I'm expecting, so we'll get some damage through. But we'll hopefully look to Agonizing Remorse away anything. Oh, fantastic. Anything too detrimental here. So this also let us know more specifically what we're dealing with. Okay. Not really sure why you would play that in response. I probably was not going to remove that. So that was a little weird. Okay, 5 mana flash counter the sharks. For the enchantment card, put it into your hand. And Narset. I think we actually want to get rid of Narset here. I'm probably okay with the 5 mana Flash Shark. Okay, so we're going to go and let's drop our Oven, drop our Invasion, just start battling here. He's going to need to do something besides just playing the Shark. I'm guessing, yeah, okay, so he's searching up for an enchantment card. Let's see what he's searching up. This does allow him to get a God, which could be annoying. Oh, we're going with the first Iron Games, okay. So we'll just grind them out a little bit with this. So sitting on 2 Gray Merchants is pretty strong, I would say. I like where we're at with that. Let's get in there for 1. I'm going to hang on to this second Cauldron. I don't need to play it. It's not really going to contribute that much here. What I'll probably do actually is just look to draw the extra card. Okay, so it's great. He's got himself a human creature. So let's annoy him a bit more with sacrificing this, just grinding this out a little bit. And activate this. We're just having fun at the end of our turn, doing things, you know. Awesome. So this is a really great start. We've got the Grey Merchant. We've got the Nightmare Shepherd that we'll be able to drop next turn to sack the Grey Merchant again. I think we're actually in a pretty solid spot here. Let's go ahead and attack. Let's just attack here. We'll hold back though. Actually, no, we'll go in with. Oops. Okay, so we only attack with one. Should have attacked with both because actually it would have been nice to have traded that, but that's all right. Okay. So you can put the counters on. That's great. You do what you got to do. Okay, so we're probably getting the Grey Merchant removed here. That's fine. Yeah, I'm all right with that. I've got the one backup in my hands, so we'll let that happen. Like, I was contemplating sacrificing it to the oven, but I think for us right now, it's better to just keep going a little longer with the combo here. Okay, so this is going to come down for 2, 3. Let's start. Let's actually get. So if we attack in, he'll block the familiar likely. Take 3. If he blocks the 3-drop, takes 1, he goes to 6. Then we're able to play familiar. Yeah, okay. I think both of these options work pretty well for us. Did I just miss attacking? I may have just missed the attack step. So that doesn't matter then. Let's play our familiar. Yeah, I think we screwed that up. Bit of a punt there. Oh well, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We still got there. Oh, a bit of a punt at the end, I guess, but at the end of the day, we still won, so is it really a punt? All right, so as you can see, pretty strong deck. I actually was able to, I've been grinding out and will probably continue to use this deck. I've been switching between this and the Jeskai cycling deck in my ranked grind, but I feel like this deck is in a really strong position. Especially with Massacre Girl for the fast decks, it just wipes them out, gives you that card advantage you need. Against a control deck, once you start getting to the late game, it can start sticking some Grey Merchants. That really helps push you ahead. The Dreadhorde Invasion also, really, really versatile card, and the card advantage you get from like the castle and from being able to sack things to Ayara here, you can sacrifice, if you want to, you can sacrifice your Dreadhorde Invasion every turn. So there's a lot of options to gain card advantage in different ways. Plus the ability to remove things. I'd say it's a pretty versatile deck. As you saw, we faced basically 3 different pretty diverse decks, and we're able to deal with all of them. So definitely play it. Definitely give it a try. I think this is actually a pretty viable deck if you're looking to make that grind. So please drop a like, leave a subscribe, put any comments down below if there's some things that you would like to see me play. Otherwise, thank you and look forward to making more videos. Bye.